This video is not going to be for the weak. This video is for any woman that wants to be as powerful and as full of who she really is as it is. And if you're watching this video and you're a woman, you're a goddess, you're a queen, you're a divine being, and you're watching this video, then you want to learn how to be the most open version of yourself that is fearless, courageous, and all the things that you really want. And why I'm making this video is because a lot of women want to stay quiet and they don't want to open their throat chakra. But I want to tell you here that being a woman and being a goddess, being in the frequency of your femininity, of your true fullness, is actually about speaking up about who you really are. And let me tell you a misconception about the divine feminine. This is why I'm making this video, is so that I can show you that there is a huge misconception about the divine feminine, that the divine feminine is supposed to be quiet. The divine feminine is supposed to be in their own little soft era, whatever that is. And that is so funny to me, you know. I'm going to tell you why that's so funny, is because do you know how vicious goddesses really are? Do you understand that they will create chaos just to get rid of something in the universe that is not working, something that maybe is very hurtful to certain beings, or something that's very hurtful to herself, and she will completely become chaotic just so that she will bring a war to get rid of whatever it is that's not helpful. And that's the divine feminine wisdom, and that's exactly how she operates. It is completely different from, oh my god, let me just be a people pleaser, let me just please other people, let me just tell this person that they are the best, and even though they're hurting me, I just still want their validation. Do you understand how fucking crazy they really are? I'm gonna tell you right now why I always like to talk about goddesses and why I like to bring this conception to other people. And I want to explain that goddess energy is all about being as loud as you want to be with your existence. And I know that sounds very, very, very uncomfortable for some people, but that is actually the truth of the divine feminine. The divine feminine seeks to be seen for what it really is, for who she really are, who she really is. She seeks to be, I know I'm not about to be thinking about what I'm even saying right now, because I'm just channeling. There's like a lot that I'm talking about. But anyways, so what I'm saying right now is that the goddess, the divine feminine in her fullness, is here to be seen and loud, you know, and speak up. If there is something that you want to change in your life, or something that a person is doing in your life and they just are abusing you or hurting you, and you know what they're doing is disgusting, you know what they're doing is horrible for you, don't be scared to bring chaos into that situation. Don't be scared to say no. Don't be scared to create a problem for this person, because honestly, if they're really abusing you, you need to be their problem. You need to be the person that their karma. You know what I mean? That's what women really are. Women are the karmas of men, really. That's why women are in certain ways. That's why women are, you know, wilder and crazier. They're actually wild. Why do you think men went out of their way to control women? Why do you think men had to even think about the idea of controlling women? It's because women are wild. They're not actually supposed to be controlled. They are these wild beings that just run around. That's really what they are. And men really went out of their way to make it look like the divine feminine is supposed to stay quiet. The divine feminine is supposed to be, you know, proper and like polite. Like, are you fucking kidding me? That's literally the opposite of the divine feminine. That's literally what it is not, you know? And still, some people think that being feminine means to just sit around and be cute. No, actually, no. Women have a weapon, and that weapon is their own throat. This is why women were literally killed in the past for speaking up, because when a woman speaks up, she tells the truth. When a woman speaks up about something, there is a power in her voice. There is a power when she truly, uh, you know, let's say that she truly takes that energy and she channels it through her throat fully, then that energy starts to create motion in the universe, and it starts to create change in the universe. And imagine if so many women combined together started to open their throat and started to talk about these things, talk about these problems, talk about these issues, and express them. What happens is change happens. That's what happens, is change happens. And the world becomes more healed, because the divine feminine, she is wisdom. She is true wisdom, actually. And because she's true wisdom, she's supposed to be rootless with her voice, you know? Like, if there is something you don't like, don't be afraid to actually express it. Don't be afraid to actually talk about it. Don't be afraid to be as wild as possible, and to open up who you really are. Because truthfully, if you're afraid, then that means that they've already won. That's exactly what they want. Even if you feel like, well, I'm gonna be judged, I'm gonna be hurt, I might not be telling the real truth. Whatever fear you have to speaking up truly and opening up your throat chakra, and talking about what it is that really matters, whatever it is that you're afraid of is actually uh, hurting other women, because you're not speaking up. When one woman speaks up, other women have more courage to speak up too. And so that's the truth, is that think about it as though if you're not living up to being the most fullest, craziest, divine goddess energy, it's not, if you're not really living up to that goddess energy, and you're not really channeling it, and you're not really becoming it, then what happens is that the more quiet you stay, the more other women stay quiet too. And the more society doesn't heal, the more whatever it is that's bad, evil, and disgusting, and needs to be cut off, needs to be gotten rid of, needs to be taken away, and completely thrown away, is going to stay in this universe, because a woman's voice is very healing. Why do you think in the past women used to heal with their own voices? They would just say certain things and then people heal. Why? It's actually because a woman's voice is very, very, very powerful. It is a power part of you. It is a powerful part of you. It is a completely let's say it's one of your superpowers. And if you don't use it as though it is one of your superpowers, then what happens is it becomes more and more disconnected from you, and then you don't know what your voice really is. You don't even know what you're even going to be talking about. You don't even know what truth is for you, what truth means for you. You don't know that. And so this is why I want you to wake up, and I want you to start talking, speaking, anything that you're afraid of, that it's healing. Okay, talk about it, whatever it is, whether you make a video, whether you talk to someone that is in your life, or a partner or whatever, and you feel that what they're doing is hurting you, or what they're doing is not the right thing, then speak up, talk about it. Don't be scared, don't be afraid, don't be people pleaser, because that is not our representation of the true divine feminine energy. It's not what it really is. And this is what I'm here to do, is I'm here to really show you what the divine feminine really is, because that's not what it is. That's actually lies. It's just misconceptions that are not truly our representation of that energy, which is very powerful energy. Okay, so I love you so much, and stay tuned for more videos, and speak up about who you really are.